Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Donegal Daily. My favorite part is they are highlighting the person who was guilty of a crime. Isn't that wonderful? Donegal Scientologist ordered to pay damages for vitriolic attack, April 26, 2016. By Sabrina Short Collins. A Donegal woman who is one of the leaders of the Church of Scientology in Ireland, which has members like Hollywood actors Tom Cruise and John Travolta. I'm going to put my finger in my throat like it's just enough. Who cares? Has been ordered to pay $5,000, that's either Irish money or pounds, damages to a man for a vitriolic attack. Sabrina Collins, originally from Quigley's Point, and a daughter of miscarriage of justice victim Frank Short, was told by Judge James O'Donohoe that her hate-mongering attack against Peter Griffiths, who says the church is a cult, was grossly defamatory. The court had heard how Collins sent an email to a Dublin school principal describing Mr. Griffiths as not being a fit person to engage with impressionable students. The judge said the email was particularly distasteful, but had not gone far enough to brand him a pedophile, either directly or by innuendo. That's because they know just exactly what to do underneath the law. Judge O'Donohoe had heard that Collins had sent the email to the principal of St. David's CBS Artane Dublin in May 2013, after she discovered a YouTube recording of a talk on cults by Mr. Griffiths to a class of teenage boys at the school. She had claimed his talk had centered on Scientology and accused him of openly and viciously slandering the church. She had also accused him of being an avid hate campaigner against Scientologists and of hate-mongering against the church. No, that's what the Scientologists do. In the email, she included a picture of Griffiths that he had allowed to be taken of himself with his genitals covered only with a Guy Fawkes mask, which Griffiths told the court had been in support of Prince Harry following a nude photo scandal by the third in line to the British throne in a Las Vegas hotel in August 2012. Judge O'Donohoe told Seamus O'Tuahail, SC, counsel for Griffiths of Qual Cara, Teeling Street, Ballina, that Miss Collins had sought to prove the truth of each and every allegation against his client, despite the fact that there had not been a specific pleading of such in the defense that had been personally drawn up by Collins. Mr. Griffiths has been seeking £50,000 damages against Miss Collins. The judge said the claim of qualified privilege regarding Miss Collins' remarks could not extend to protect such a vile attack on Mr. Griffiths' good name. He deserves more. She basically accused him of being a pedophile just under the radar. There had been a good deal of history and animosity between the parties, which had accounted for the tone of the email, which he described as malicious in the extreme. He said publication of the defamatory remarks had not been extensive and had been directed to the school principal, Mr. Griffiths, from co-mayor, had uploaded the offending material to the internet, which had a much wider audience. So she took that photo. I don't know where she got the photo from. But as he had disseminated the material, it moderated the level of damages due to him. Judge O'Donohoe also gave judgment in a second case in which Collins, a chiropractor, there's a chiropractor again, and now the Boulevard Mount Eustace, Tillerstown, Dublin 15, and Scientologist Michael O'Donnell, a marketing consultant of Cherrywood Lawn, Clondalkin, Dublin, sued Mr. Griffiths and also embalmer John McKee of Armstrong Grove, Clara County, a folly for assault and battery. The judge said Mr. McKee had followed Miss Collins and Mr. O'Donnell in Dublin as they distributed leaflets against drug taking. From a video he had seen, it was very clear to him that Mr. McGee had certainly been guilty of assault. His harassing of her and the grabbing by him of leaflets constituted battery. Judge O'Donohoe told Barrister Frank Beatty, counsel for Miss Collins, that his client could be heard letting out a shrill shriek on the video, which indicated to the court that she was apprehensive of a battering from Mr. McGee, who did not turn up in court today to hear the judgment. They're really good at doing that, of not appearing. The judge awarded Miss Collins and Mr. O'Donnell a total of three. Okay, guys, I misspoke. I don't know who the person at the top of the article is. I'm not sure. The judge awarded Miss Collins and Mr. O'Donnell a total of $3,500 against McGee for assault and battery. Mr. Griffiths, he said, had played a lesser role by videoing the assault, but had consorted with Mr. McGee, and for harassment and assault he awarded Collins and O'Donnell £2,000 damage against Griffiths. Mr. Beatty and Mr. O'Tuathal agreed that the question of costs could be dealt with by the court at a later date. Collins is a daughter of publican Frank Short, who was falsely accused by Gardaí of allowing drug dealing in the nightclub he owned in Donegal. In 2007, the Supreme Court more than doubled the £4.6 million damages awarded by the High Court to Mr. Short, who was wrongly convicted in 1995 of allowing the sale of drugs at his Point Inn premises in Quigley's Point. Mr. Short was imprisoned for 3 years before being cleared. Wow. I don't know, I got a little lost there. There's so many things going on here. However, for the battery and the malicious emails that woman sent to the principal, as well as putting a photo of him, where he's partly covered, it just seems like justice really was not served there. So, but I just wanted to bring it up because that's the kind of things they do. Okay, guys, I will put a link of the article in the description box. And if you would like, you can like the video and subscribe if you so choose. And I wish you a good day wherever you are. Peace.